Hi everybody, welcome to Lauren's Scrapplot. My name is Lauren Urbonas and I am so happy you're here for the Great North American Stamping Show. This is Season 5, Episode 9, which does mean it is the last episode of our season. I know, we're all sad, but don't worry, we're going to be back for Season 6 in September of 2025. So for those of you who have joined us throughout our entire series, we hope you've enjoyed all the projects and the inspiration and a little bit of the friendly competition. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is a competition that I am having with 3 other demonstrators, Julie, Jody, and Lisa, where every week we choose a challenge, recreate a project, and try to get your votes to see who the winner is for our project. So I have a great project for you today, and then in the description on my video, you're going to find links for the other 3 ladies' videos, so you get to go and watch those videos as well. Make sure you're commenting on every video, enjoying them, taking your time with them, and then go back and click that like button, either on all 4 videos or on the one that you think should win for the week. This is a friendly competition, so we're happy just to have you and with you interacting with us. So please give us also a comment below with an idea of what you might like to see more of in the fall. So this year we have chosen templates from our scrapbooks and from our card making layouts in the catalog, and we've recreated them with our own spins. Please let us know if you loved that. Let us know what kind of projects you're interested, whether you want to see more scrapbooking pages, more 3D, more fun folds, more, anything goes, whether we pick a stamp set or a specific color to work with for the week. We're going to listen to your votes. So please comment down below and tell us what you want to see more of. We will talk about it, and then we'll come back in September with a great Season 6 for you. So for this last episode of Season 5, we have chosen to go back to page 28. Now, you may have remembered we did visit this page once before, and we made a great scrapbook layout using this little guy here for inspiration. However, we are challenging ourselves this time to turn a scrapbooking layout into a card. So this is our inspiration layout. The idea is, if you have a scrapbook page, you'd have a beautiful background page, you'd have some sort of banner made with either foil or designer paper, you'd add your photo, and then you'd add maybe a little caption or icon to round out the page. But we thought, okay, we can do that. We did that down here. Let's challenge ourselves to turn this into a card. So without further ado, I am going to show you the suite that I decided to use for my project this week, and then the project that I have decided to make this week. So I am flipping to page 42 and 43 in the annual catalog, and you will find the amazing Florals in Bloom suite. So for my project, here it is. I have used the beautiful Sweet Blooms stamp set to grab all of my sentiments. The 3 focal sentiments, see, we're following directions. 1, 2, 3 came from Sweet Blooms, and I will show you how to get those in a minute. And then I went a little rogue with that circle focal image that they had and used the pretty Florals dies. So I didn't actually use the stamp set at all, but we are using the dies, which are absolutely stunning. Great investment if you love flowers of any sort. I'm rounding out the project, of course, using some of these beautiful flat pearls, and then the feature of my designer series paper is going to come from these Florals in Blooms designer series papers. So whatever you have on hand can work for this. You don't have to copy it exactly, but I'm going to show you how to make a banner card using one of the newest additions to our die sets, and that is, oops, the wrong page. That's not the one. I didn't bookmark it. Oopsie daisies. Here we go. I'm in the right vicinity. I recognize these pages. There we go. Here we are on page 86, if you're wondering where this came from. These are the Party Banners dies. These things are massive. So when I show them to you, you are probably going to be surprised at how much you can do. So this card was this size banner. You can see there's 4 banners that are larger than that for you to recreate banners and party signs of any sort. And then this banner here, the number 5, and then anything smaller can fit in a regular envelope. That's just a little tip for you. All right, so I'm going to use number 5 for my base, and then I'm also going to use number 4 for the inside feature. Anybody who's looking at this, I do like to write the item number on the top and the price, but I know lots of you are in the States or other markets, so don't be alarmed. This is 55 Canadian, and then of course you can contact your demonstrator if you're elsewhere to order and to purchase them in your currency. But anyone in Canada, if you don't have a demonstrator, please reach out. My website's at the bottom. There's a little tab in there. You can get added to my email list. You can get informed about all of my mail out classes, because those are available anywhere in Canada, and you don't have to be here in Edmonton to do them. You just get a private video link, very much like this. Also on there, of course, is your shopping ability, and those items can be shipped straight to you. But the most important thing to remember right now is if you don't have a demonstrator and you're in Canada, let me know, because I need to send you the holiday catalog. It will start in September and you're going to want it. And if you're in the States and don't have a demonstrator, contact one of the 3 ladies, because they are going to get you set up with that as well. In September, we're going to play with those items, I guarantee you. Okay. Let's craft. We need to craft, because it's amazing what you can do with a banner die. To start off with, we are going to grab a piece of cardstock. You can use any color, of course, that you want. I went with Fresh Freesia because it matches the card designer paper that I wanted. This one is going to measure 4 1/4 by 11, and we've put a score mark down the middle at 5 1/2. We will cut this once more in a second using this die to make it a banner. But before we do that, because we're going to bring the cut and emboss machine up, we're going to cut 2 other pieces. One is going to be the designer paper for the front of your card, and one is going to be the white paper for the inside of your card. We're cutting both of these at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now, keep in mind, if you have a design, you're going to want this 4 inches to be across the top, and then the longer side is the 5 1/4. For the white, of course, it doesn't really matter. They'll be the same. If I accidentally had turned this the other way, my poor card is going to go this way, but it could open to the side. Who knows? Maybe that's what you want. So if you want to copy this one, though, this is what you need. I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine for 1 second here. That's why I didn't zoom you in today, because you need to watch this. It's important. Here's cut and emboss machine all set up with my beautiful plates. We're going to start with our designer series paper and the white sheet. Those can actually be done at the exact same time. That's how powerful this machine is. So we're going to set that on our platform right there. We're going to grab the smaller of those 2 banners that we pulled out and center it right on this page. Now, I am sorry, the camera doesn't love that this part is tall, so it's going to focus on that. But I think we can kind of get the idea. As long as this die is centered on the paper, when we put this over top, we'll be able to roll it through. Now, because you're going through multiple sheets of paper, make sure to go through once and then come backwards, because we want all of that punched out and ready to go. I didn't congratulate our winner from last week. I'm sorry. Julie won, and her card was amazing. She went with Christmas, because of course everyone loves a little Christmas in July, and you guys fell for it. You just ate that up. So congratulations, Julie. Okay, there's our banners. Yay! Now, for the tricky part, we need to make sure not to center this banner in this paper. We want to actually go over this top edge with our die, because that is what will create the entire banner fold. Okay, so if I turn this over to you, you can see I am not using this top cutting mark. In fact, it's rested just above that top fold on my card base. This is very important because if I center it, then I will just have two banners and two other pieces and no card base. So making a banner card, coming off the top, don't chop that top edge. Make sure it's nice and straight if you can, and if you're really worried, you could grab some tape and put that on there too. That would probably save you a little bit. There we go. And because this is two pieces folded in half, once again, go forward and come backwards. So it gets through both of those pieces. Moment of truth. Did we move that banner die? Let's open the card and see if it falls apart. Nope, we're good. Okay, now it's smooth sailing from here. So, if you're not in love with these banner dies already, this card might top it off for you. Put that back in the viewpoint and get building. Okay, inside of the card, easiest thing to get out of the way. So let's open this up. And on the inside, we're going to put that white little banner. Nice and simple. So the fun part with that white little banner is that you can come back later and you can add some details to it. Perhaps some stamping, perhaps even a little designer series paper across the top, but whatever you prefer, you can add those details whenever. I like to leave it blank till I know who it's going to. There we go. Easy peasy. Now for the front of our card. Here's where it gets fun and we get to decorate. This designer paper flowers is going on flat. Then we're going to start adding dimension with the other pieces. Okay, so nice and flat onto the front of the card. Should be centered in that banner, like so. Okay, doesn't really matter where you start here. It's completely up to you. Personally, I'm going to start with the flower. I just think it's easiest to kind of get that in place and then work from there. So I have cut for myself one flower base, one flower topper using Pressed Fuchsia, and two leaves using Garden Green. To build this flower, instead of sitting there with your glue and getting all the detail of the flower, you're going to grab one mini dimensional, put it in the center of that flower, and then mount this flower on top of the base. There is no perfect frame. You just kind of rest it in there however you think it should go. Now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this flower here, and we can start putting that onto the card along with our leaves. 3 and 4. Oops, I got a backing. Stole a backing from somewhere. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I'm going to put this kind of in the center at the top of my card, just at a slight angle. Don't worry, it looks awkward right now, but once you start filling in the other pieces, it will look great. So the other pieces include leaves. So one leaf we're going to put on flat, and then the other leaf we will pop up on dimensionals just to give you a little bit of depth perception on your flower. So flat leaf goes on first. It's going to be the one that we tuck just right here on the side. You might have a dimensional in the way, so feel free to kind of, I don't know. I will probably end up covering that up. You know what? I'm going to just get under here because I need to. There we go. Let me in, let me in. It's okay if your leaf hangs off a tiny bit because this is slightly smaller than your envelope, but you don't want it hanging off a ton. Okay, now for the next one that has dimensionals, we're going to put mini dimensionals on the back or regular ones and tuck that guy in to the top here. Again, lifting that flower up because I need to sneak him under. There we go. There's my leaves. Okay, next is a sentiment. Actually, we'll do two sentiments all at the same time. Okay, so remember that great stamp set, that Sweet Blooms? So what I did here is I took the word lovely, and I stamped it in Secret C on some basic white, and then I used the coordinating die, because I'm not that great at fussy cutting. I used the shadow die to cut this one out, okay? I didn't want to keep having to bring my machine back and forth for you, so here, this one's ready to go. If you want to just use this with paper, there is also this skinny little version of the word lovely. You would want to, of course, use an adhesive sheet on the back of that cardstock, cut that out, and then you can mount it onto this version of white. Either way, so there's lovely, and there's the word bloom. If you watch my videos, I did a easel card with this bloom where you're planted a couple weeks ago as well. So please make sure, I know you probably get inundated all the time with, you know, people asking you to subscribe, but it doesn't cost you a thing just to click that subscribe button, and then you'll get notified, of course, whenever there's new videos. And even though we're taking August off, I know all of us have our own channels, so we're gonna make sure to post videos still for you. So stay tuned, there'll be lots. I'm using Secret C again, and I've cut myself 2 strips of basic white. These are 1/2 inch by about 2 inches because I just wanted to have them available to trim down later. And, you know, if I decided to do a different sentiment, I didn't have to cut different paper. So, have a lovely day. We're just going to trim that edge off like so. And womp. There you go. Okay, now to pop these up on dimensionals, we're going to start with have a, and that goes on dimensionals, kind of tucked up with the flower. There we go. And I'm tucking this just underneath the flower here so I can still read the word. There we go. Have a. And then we're going to work on the word lovely. Okay, so this guy can be tricky to add to the card, but if you've got mini dimensionals, they're going to be your best friends. We're going to stick those in all the big parts of this project. So the L, the O, the V. Don't worry about the E unless you really want to. The other L. And then when you get to the Y, we're going to just sneak in here and cut one of these edge pieces so that's nice and skinny to put in the Y. Okay, if you're really worried about little old E, he probably could fit a mini dimensional as well. There we go. Okay, this guy I'm putting kind of on an angle and tucking up near the top of the flower. See, so cute. Have a lovely, then we need the day. Whoa, they don't want to come off my nails. Got new watermelon nails and I think they're still a little sticky. Or just not shaped yet to my crafting needs. There we go. Have a lovely day. Last but not least, we're going to add some of those pearls. Of course, there was yellow Darling Duckling and Timid Tiger in here before, but I kind of run out. So you can use whatever you have left. I'm going to use the cloud cover ones because they're cute. They come in 3 sizes, 1, 2, and 3, just to add a little bit of flair to the card. And there you go. There is a wonderful banner card, kind of keeping with the theme of our scrapbook page, but you could easily take this banner, stick it onto a scrapbook page, and just add a couple photos. It would look gorgeous. So keep that in mind when you're building your scrapbook pages, your memory keeping moments, and your cards. You can interchange all your elements. Thank you guys so much for joining us this season. We've really appreciated your interactions with us, your kind and heartfelt notes of encouragement, and just your time. We know that you're busy, and we just really hope that these videos have brought you joy and have brought you a few moments of inspiration in your busy days. So please come back, watch them anytime. All of us have kept these on our YouTube channels, so you can watch them anytime. And just, give us your feedback on what you'd like to see in the fall. We are so happy to craft with you again very soon, and have a wonderful rest of your summer. Bye.